Welcome to EnergyRogue.com, the go-to source for the latest insights and analysis on the energy commodities market. Led by two industry veterans, Bill Shanahan and Brian Pieri, as they host their weekly commodity market recap. With over 55 years of combined experience in the energy sector, Bill and Brian bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise to the table. From trading and hedging to finance and optimization, they have seen it all and are here to break down the latest market trends and share their insights. So sit back, relax, and get ready to dive into the world of energy commodities with Bill and Brian on EnergyRogue.com.
Hey, welcome in.
Folks, Bill and Brian here with Energy Rogue. We'll talk about at our weekly live video. And today we're going to be talking about a phrase that we've actually created called headline fundamentals. It's going to be really good. So you guys, you know what? You got time to listen to this because we all know
they ain't over yet.
Today, headline fundamentals and it's a guaranteed way to lose, the hidden danger of headline trading. And then we're going to talk about how news flash, and we got a couple of examples, and we're going to give you a step-by-step process for you to take this and actually transform some of your trading, some of your hedging, some of your investing, so that you can be on the right track in energy markets. So let's actually dive in. What do you think, Bill?
Well, let's go after it here, right here. Now, so we're going to have to talk about what headline fundamentals are, Brian.
Yep, and listen, drop your comments in. Robert, good to see you. So excited to see you there. So yeah, we're going to talk about headline fundamentals and how it's a guaranteed way to lose. The hidden danger of headline trading. News just flashed bullish. So why did you just get wrecked? Most traders lose money right after the news. Trading is like the school of fish that leads to a slaughter. In this live stream, we're going to discover the real reason headlines trap traders. Why trading fundamentals alone is dangerous, and why technicals alone is dangerous. The edge comes from combining fundamentals and technicals, and we're going to show you how to do that a little bit later. So trading on headlines equals trading blind. Fundamentals matter, but they also lag. Technicals show you when to act. Use one, you'll get cooked. Without both, you're flying with one eye closed. So it's about both of them, using technicals and fundamentals. So here's a headline from 2022. What does this say, Bill?
So this is back in 2022 when we thought things were going to come on. There was lack of supply, and demand was starting to climb after the pandemic. And so everybody says, "Man, listen, oil's going to $200 a barrel." Now, let's think about this. Oil has never got anywhere close to $200 a barrel. Its peak was 147. That was on one day.
Yep.
In 2008.
Yep.
And within months, it dropped to $33.
Yes. Yeah.
So whenever I see something like this, Brian, my immediate thought, someone's talking their book.
Well, we did analyze and assess this on our channel. You can go back in time and take a look at it. And one of the things that we saw was a disconnect between fundamentals and technicals. And this is something that we look at. So this headline sounds bullish, right? It's a bullish sentiment, profit opportunity, crowd behavior, and a reality check. So here's when that article came out. And what was the result? The result, we went from $120 a barrel down to 70. So it's a sure way to lose money if you're just going to rely on headlines. That is not going to be ahead or behind. It gives you context, right?
Well, it does, and it also you look at it and it's smart people saying it, so that makes you want to believe it.
Well, yeah.
But once again, if you looked at the fundamentals, you would say, yeah, no, at worst, it's a 90-day problem. Because at $200, everybody and their dog will be drilling a well.
Right. Right. Well, and this is where we're gonna dive in. We dive in deep on fundamentals and dive in deep on technicals. And here's another example. This was also in 2022. U.S. natural gas prices could soon hit $10. And this was in May of 2022. It was a bullish headline. Market reacted, and here is the outcome. The article, right after the article came out, we actually dipped down to from $8 to $6. Then we went up, made a new high. We touched $10, and then went down to $2. So it's not about, if you're following a headline, it is going to be a sure path to disaster. So
It's nearly every
what?
time.
Right. So let's see. We got a bullish headline. Down, up, down, big time. We had a technical breakdown and a major price decline. Now, Bill, why does this happen?
Well, a lot of people. So first of all, remember headlines are made to grab eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's their whole point.
Right.
So that's what. So when you start with that, so somebody's trying to get people to read it, not necessarily to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they're looking for is the most outrageous thing you could say. If you don't believe it, get the free YouTube deal. Click to start. It's all about fear because they want to scare you to get in it. In the headlines fundamentals like this, when you start seeing that going up, it's because someone saw something they thought was true. And we've seen people believe in things longer than they should.
Right.
And then not believe it when they see the reality.
Yep.
Right.
A lot of times we
my
headlines.
slogan. My slogan is.
What's that?
My slogan is always sell the hype and buy the reality. Right.
So I usually read a headline and my initial reaction is,
You were serious about that?
Yeah, exactly.
So what we tried to do is we actually created a product, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later. But for those that followed the herd, got smoked. So if you just followed these headlines, $200 a barrel, well, you're going to buy at $110, right? I mean, if you just follow the headline, I'm going to buy at $110. If you hold that,
Right.
you're going to go down to 70. So conversely, also with natural gas, if you would have bought $8 expecting a run to $10, you may have gone down to $6 and gotten scared, sold out, and then when it went up to 10, buy again, and then you go down to 2, you actually would have had 2 losing trades. So,
Exactly.
so let's see. Headline trading, headline fundamental trading, herd mentality, technical reality equals financial loss. So what are we really talking about? We're talking about the school of fish theory. And this is where the crowd trades like a school of fish. They dart together based on noise. And one wrong move and the predator strikes. Be the shark, not the snack. Going rogue
Right.
is the shark move. Not necessarily advocating always go contrarian, but if you look at the fundamentals, if you look at the technicals, you'll be able to have a balanced opinion. There is no trading strategy or hedging strategy or investment strategy that is going to be able to win 100% of the time. It does not
That's right.
exist. There is nothing like that. As a matter of fact, most trading shops target a 30 to 50% success rate on their trades. But what they do is they measure the risk reward. And for anybody that is new to trading, new to hedging, new to investing, read about risk. It is a boring topic, but it's very much needed. It's kind of like
Yes,
accounting and taxes. You got to study, right? It's tax season, isn't it?
it is. I just trying to figure out how you're relating all this to taxes. That's just not good.
I could use a good ass kick, and I'll be very honest with you.
So the key is to follow the school of fish. You watch the school of fish and evaluate your own opinion based upon fundamentals and technicals. For instance, we're going to walk through an example right now. We're going to use our platform Rogue Edge, and then we're going to talk about Rogue Radar in a little while, because that is a tool that you can use. In Rogue Edge, we take a look at our natural gas. We start with the fundamentals or the financials, actually. We take a look at commitment of traders, which tells us what the hedge funds are doing, and we evaluate. And you can see on this one, we went from 110,000 contracts down to 60. So that coincides with a sell-off on natural gas. I don't know if anybody's been watching, but we evaluate some of the technical signals and what is actually happening in the like we have a bearish on the moving averages, right? You can see that the moving averages have crossed below the 9-day, the 20-day. That is a sharp short-term trading signal. And these trading signals, no trading signal is perfect, but this is the reason we look at MACD, which is also bearish. Then we look at pivot points. Are we bullish or bearish? And what you'll notice is today's pivot point is 387.5. We've been hovering around there all day. So RSI is kind of mixed in the middle. And then on Bollinger Bands, we are bearish because we're below the midpoint. So this is where we start. We start with kind of a technical view, and then we take a look at the supply. Are we growing? Are we shrinking? Let's look at production first. Well, this looks like we've bounced kind of in this range. We really haven't changed since the beginning of the year. We've been treading water, right? But let's look at Canadian imports. Canadian imports have gone down dramatically. Bill and I had a discussion on this. Why do you think that is? I know why it is. Or I think I know. Bill trolls me because he thinks I'm wrong a lot. You're on mute, Bill. I can't hear you.
Instead, I think this is that sometimes you have your own bias built into your thought process on this particular subject.
Yep. But the key is to come up with a formulated thesis of what is happening based on supply, based on demand, now I'm showing you information that takes a lot of time to track, a lot of time to trace. And one thing I would say is if we look at last year at this time, one thing that gives me a lot of bullish concern on natural gas is our electricity usage is way down. Now there's theories and speculations that our solar and wind capacity this year are going to be phenomenal, and we're going to dwarf, and that could really change things because natural gas has depended on a growth pattern of electric power. You can see this growing in the peaks. This is weekly. So you can see during the summer, we have higher electricity usage because of air conditioning. And in the winter, we have lower power usage, but we keep using a little bit more. Now, if solar and wind come through, this might be a different year for it, right?
Now, just remember though that solar and wind, the winter is not their favorite time.
Yeah. Well,
They're seasonal as well.
mhm. And now we'll look at now let's look at the School of Fish. School of Fish often takes a look at the technicals and the technicals only, right?
Right.
Most of this, let's take a brief look at natural gas. And when I look at this from a technical perspective, that points down to me. Now, do I hold a downward opinion on natural gas? Short term, I
So,
do. Long term, I don't.
yeah, it's all about the time spacing because a lot of
Yeah,
times you're looking at hourly charts, even daily charts. And if you looked at this compared to what we're looking at storage right now, you would say we're going to need more gas for storage. And if you see the demand that we need, the heating demand continues to go up.
right.
We need to be above the 5-year average in storage in order to meet the demand for next winter. And if we're going
Well,
to do that,
you can see
we're,
that
we're
right
going to,
here. We went
yeah,
from setting new 5-year highs right here in December to being below the 5-year average. So we're setting new 5-year maximums for that time of season. And there was a lot of discussion, are we going to hit 4 TCF? Are we going to run out of storage room?
right,
Well, what's ironic is all through this period where we were oversupplied and natural gas was what, priced at $2?
right.
Sometimes under. And during that period, we were talking on to our membership about the fact that we may be looking at a $4 price, and people thought we were a little crazy, but this gets back to going rogue is your move. So we have a product called Rogue Radar. It is $89 a month. And this puts a very simple red light, green light system on every fundamental and technical aspect out there. You've got storage, weather, production, Canadian imports, demand, LNG, Mexico, international, European storage, and European LNG. Now, if you have endless amounts of time, you can find all this out on the web. Go to Google
Yeah.
and get started. It's going to take you a long, long time. But if you want a shortcut, just hit let's see what our tool is. Um, mm, Toolkit. So just put comment toolkit, and I will send you a toolkit that'll help you get started. And just put comment toolkit. We'll send it to you. But
And just
our
remember, the data is not what makes you money; it's the correlations.
right.
I
Yep.
can give you a bunch of data, then it's just data. And even when you look at Rogue Radar, we decisively said we are not going to weight these because everybody has a different viewpoint of the market. We will show you what they are and allow you to weight them, and we'll talk about the correlations that these have.
Right.
And so that's why that's important. Like a lot of people say, well, LNG is that a strong correlation? It is a very strong correlation.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavily weighted because it can be a little more volatile because they are plants and plants break and things go down, and that could
Right.
have that.
Yep.
The weather is extremely volatile, and that's why we're seeing some different changes in the prices even as we speak. But we would expect that the warming that we're seeing would have made the price go down further, and that's
Yep.
why I'm saying that we're setting up for a pretty strong price a bull run for at least for the first part of summer. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Personal opinion,
Well,
not trading advice.
and in March versus December, weather and storage may be more influential.
Right.
And April, May, maybe storage and weather aren't as important. So it changes based upon time of season, and it's part of the reason that we actually put inside of our Rogue Radar, we actually have a companion video that we put out that really talks about the market, what is actually happening, and in addition, on Rogue Radar, you get access to our key um, outlook for the week. This is your Monday game plan delivered every Monday that tells you the key points that we're pointed towards. Watch for a bounce in the 387 to 390 range. If we went back to Monday, where are we Monday? Monday, right here. Yep, that's exactly. I sent this out on Sunday before we opened, and you could see 390 to 387 is exactly where we've been existing. So this gives you a roadmap of an opinion, of an option, of a way to synchronize viewpoints of fundamentals and technicals so that you can be prepared to make your decision. Because it's not about what I think, it's not about what Bill thinks. We chase the truth. As a matter of fact, we often disagree with one another. And that's one of the reasons that we have a very good viewpoint because we have a bullish bearish viewpoint. And you heard a tease when we were talking about Canadian imports. We have a different viewpoint there, but that's what we're talking about. And that's part of the value that people get from this. So, Rogue Radar is a solution. It's $89 a month. And you get red light, green light market signals, visual charts, of weekly video insights, and a 5-minute read. I mean, look at this. You can read through this very quickly and see the key developments, the main takeaways. What are the bearish factors? What are the bullish factors? So that you can actually come to your own consensus. And we do this on crude oil as well. And we isolate things in bullish factors and bearish factors so that you can figure out which direction you think the market is going to go. So, why trust us? It's built by traders for traders. We've seen it all. And don't just take our word for it. Go to energyrogue.com. You'll see all our comments from our membership. And these people have been with us because we started from the ground up in 2021. It's been a phenomenal journey. We have 5 different continents represented. I think over 30 of 50 states in the United States. And it just continues to grow and grow and grow. So don't just take our word for it. Go to energyrogue.com, learn a little bit more. Um, and if you're not ready to subscribe for Rogue Edge or Rogue Radar at $89 a month, we got a free gift for you. You just put toolkit in the comments, and we will send you our complete trading toolkit for trading natural gas and crude oil. So you can join hundreds of traders using Rogue Radar, or just do toolkit, and you'll learn a little bit more about what are the factors that we watch. So Rogue Radar it's for the traders that want the full picture, not just the noise. And it delivers weekly fundamental and technical roadmap, technical and fundamental data with bullish bearish indications. You're going to trade with confidence with a short 5-minute read. This is your trading advantage. This separates consistent winners from headline following crowd. I will tell you that I have spent over 30 years trading, and I'm always looking for an algorithmic trading advantage, an algorithmic advantage. The fact is, listen to all of it because all of it is useful. As a matter of fact, inside of Rogue Edge, for those serious traders, we have an AI energy trading strategist. This will help you. I would like to take a long position in natural gas. What would you recommend? And then it will It utilizes large language models, and we have that right inside of Rogue Edge. So if you're serious about trading, don't view the subscriptions that you invest in as data. View it as perspective. If you get that perspective, it's important. Bill and I offer contrary perspectives, and that helps you give a complete picture. Right, Bill?
Right. Well, like, no, we're contrary. No, that's not right.
So let's see what we said here. I mean, what's amazing here is that you can continue to chat with AI and say, we are currently trading 390 on natural gas. Do you think it will go up? Let's see what it says. Curious. I'm curious about
There you
this.
go.
The
It's
million
like
dollar
every other
question. The $1 million question. Will it go up? If only I had a crystal ball instead of just data. That
There you
actually
go.
is almost exactly what I was just talking about. That's
I was going to
crazy.
say, it's just like every other trader I ever talked to. You ask them which direction it's going. Well, it depends.
So
Even AI depends.
it defines that you're at a current support level of 390. This could be a bounce point where buyers step in. Watch for the resistance at 4 and 417 breaking through could signal upward momentum. Both the 9-day and 20-day are above the current price, indicating a bullish sentiment.
Right.
However, what we also noticed is the 9-day crossed below the 20-day. RSI is neutral, but MACD shows slight bullish momentum. So supply, there's a surplus in supply, which typically puts, so this gives you a well-rounded approach. Now, for those that want to step to that, Rogue Edge it is also, if you just go to energyrogue.com, you'll see which one is best for you. Rogue Radar is $89 a month. Rogue Edge is $179 a month. But this gives you the edge and separates the consistent winners from the consistent losers. So, decision time. Keep following the school, more traps, more losses. Or get the data, timing, and strategy in sync. By going rogue with Rogue Radar, you will see the market before the crowd does. Be the shark, don't get eaten. So
And
that's
listen to the headlines when they come out, because there's headlines. Let me give you two of the craziest headlines I've ever seen. One said, "Forecasters call for weather on Monday." Well, no kidding, Sherlock. And then the other one was, "Cows lose their jobs as milk prices drop." What?
oh my gosh.
Real headlines, folks. Real headlines.
Well,
So when you talk about headline trading, what we're trying to tell you is, when you see it, ask the question. Start asking questions.
right.
Don't just blindly follow it.
Yeah.
And like we saw that one question where, oil's going to $200. Yeah, drop in her book. And what that means is they have a vested interest in it going up that high, because they're long at too high a price. That's what that
Yeah.
boils down to. So, folks, we designed this because Brian and I started having these discussions long before we ever invented Energy Rogue. We were having these discussions our entire careers.
Right.
And all we're trying to do is give you the benefit of those years of experience and be able to give you a tool which gets it to you quickly.
Right. Absolutely. And if you win at trading, you too can have fluorescent yellow hair. And I think that's what Bill is going to do. So if we get 5 people that sign up at the end of this live stream, Bill is going to dye his hair fluorescent yellow. Is that green or yellow? I don't know what
It's
that
more of a
is.
green. I don't know what they call that.
Were these magic grits?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'll dye both my hairs that color.
So listen, drop toolkit in the comments if you want the free trading toolkit. If you are serious about trading, you don't have to invest your time or money with us. There's a lot of choices out there. Most of them that we have seen, you either spend a lot of time or a lot of money. And most of the industry participants that have joined us said we should be charging 10 times this, but we're not because we want to get it to as many people as possible. So come join us because we're starting a movement, a change, and we want to make this accessible for everybody to be able to position themselves for success. So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
And folks, if you're coming to the Oklahoma Energy Producers Alliance annual meeting in Oklahoma City this week, we'll be there. Stop by. Let's talk markets, and let's start making you some money.
Absolutely. And listen, Richard, good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. I'm not sure when you're traveling, but I think it's coming up. And Robert, good to see you. And drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. We'll be back next week with another one. If you have a topic suggestion, just drop us a comment and let us know. So, you'll get a free toolkit, or go to energyrogue.com, sign up for Rogue Radar, and you will hear from us shortly. So I think that's all we got time for today.
That's all we got, Bo.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
I love that.
There you go.
I love that. Thank you, Gene Hackman.
That's
Shout
right.
out to you.
And just remember, folks.
Curly said there's nothing like bringing in the herd.
There we go.
All right, folks. Thanks so much. Really appreciate you coming in, tuning in. Let us know how we're doing, and we'll talk soon.